Broad Street Sports, the best Philly sports podcast.
What up, everybody? Welcome back into Broad Street Sports. I know I should have done this podcast 2 days ago, but as all of you know, life gets in the way. So we're going to do this right here, right now. We have a champion in Philadelphia. Now, it's not a title. It's not a world championship title like we want. But it's a start. It's a goal that the Phillies, as a team, as a fan base, put together and wanted before the season started, in the offseason. We all said that we wanted the division. We've gotten to the playoffs back-to-back years. We've went to the World Series. We've won a pennant. We've went to NLCS twice. It's time to win a National League East division. And the Philadelphia Phillies, your 2024 Philadelphia Phillies, have officially done it. They've stuck to their goals. They've stuck to their word. They got it done. I know I've had my ifs, ands, and buts with the Phillies. I thought they were going to absolutely collapse when they were going through that rut in August. I thought they were going to collapse. But they stood tall. They went through the rut. They're here now. They have won the division. It's a great thing, great feeling, because this is the first one in 13 years. This is the first division title in 13 years. I don't even remember how old I was. That's how long ago it was. So a lot of things have happened in 13 years of my life. The Eagles finally won a Super Bowl. So we're here now. We're finally here. We finally have gotten to experience it once again. And I found, all of you I'm sure have watched it, but that I thought it was hilarious. This guy, they had this clip on Twitter, Instagram, all the socials, and it was this guy. He says he's on 6ABC, one of the news networks in Philly, and he says, "I got married, divorced, and I remarried, had 2 kids, all since the Phillies have won a division title. 13 years have gone by. This guy got married, remarried, 2 kids, and 13 years, and the Phillies have finally won a division." So before we really dive deep into it, and we're going to talk about the postseason. We're going to talk about Red October. That's coming up very quickly. But I want to get to the calls. I want to get to the calls from WIP. I want to get to the calls from Tom McCarthy. I want us all together to relive this magical moment that will live in Philadelphia sports history for at least the upcoming years. So we're going to relive the call. I have the NBC Sports Philadelphia with Tom McCarthy and John Kruk on the mic. And then I have the WIP call-in from Scott Fransky. And we're going to listen to both. And we're going to take a dive deep in here, and we're going to relive this magical moment together. Here's Tom McCarthy, folks.
The 2-2, swing and a fly ball, right center field. Castellanos going back on the edge of the track, makes the catch. The ball game is over. For the first time in 13 years, the Phillies will celebrate as National League East champions. It's their 12th divisional crown, and they'll mob each other on the mound one more time.
Let's go, man. Every time I hear that, every time I listen to it, I get so hyped up. Being able to hear that over and over and over again. When they say for the first time in 13 years, the Philadelphia Phillies are NL East champions. That gives me goosebumps. That gets me fired up. There's nothing I love more than the Philadelphia Phillies. And to be able to win a division title is one of the greatest things ever, man. It really, really is. So we just relived Tom McCarthy and John Kruk on the mic on the TV after the Phillies won. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to listen to Scott Fransky on the mic from WIP, and we're going to listen to what he has to say, his final call, this the final out of the Phillies winning the division. Here Here it is.
The pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, deep right center field. On the run, Castellanos. He is there. He's got it. And the Phillies close out the National League East. They are the champions of 2024. They come running out of the dugout and meet at the mound around Carlos Estevez. As for the 12th time in team history, the Phillies have won the National League East. And they've done it for the first time in 13 years.
Man, listen to that one. It's great. There is nothing better. Now, all credit to Tom McCarthy and the TV broadcasters for the Phillies. But there is nothing better than listening to Scott Fransky on the WIP, on the radio. There is nothing better than listening to the ball game on the radio. Scott Fransky does a great job. Larry Anderson does a great job too with Scott Fransky, and that's credit to them. But also, cannot give credit to Tom McCarthy. He does a great job. Him, John Kruk, Ben Davis, Ruben Amaro, they all do great jobs. So being able to sit back and listen to both style of callings of this division win is remarkable. It is great. I love listening to it. I've listened to both of them like 100 times already. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm in a great spot. I love listening to both of them. So we're going to dive deep into the Phillies' push for a World Series, right? So we're at the point now where the Phillies won the division Monday night. They partied hard Monday night. They got drunk. They got hammered. They did whatever they had to do, right? They did whatever. We basically threw a game away Tuesday night. We did. The Phillies are in a midst right now. They want the first round bye, which they are most likely going to get. They're most likely going to get that first round bye. It is what it is. We're going to get it. But, they also, not just them, but the fans really, really want this first overall seed, which they absolutely should. But to throw away a ball game, to throw away all of that, to throw away the game last night is just, I don't know. They should have formed something to be able to get this done. Now, all the people are going to say, well, Taiwan sucked, which is all true. But you cannot just throw ball games away, especially when you're in a push for the number one seed. You're in a definite push to get the first round bye. You have to keep your foot on the gas. And especially after a disastrous series in New York, you have to be able to keep your foot on the gas. And basically throwing away the ball game Tuesday night was not keeping your foot on the gas. Now, I really liked I liked that they celebrated winning the division. People and people all over the place don't understand how hard it is to actually win a division. I've been listening to WIP and other podcasters, and they're all saying, oh, well, we shouldn't have partied as hard as we did. We shouldn't have done all that. Why not? Why not? I understand their point of view. But from my point of view and the team's point of view, this is your first division title in 13 years. 13 years you haven't won a division title. And people don't understand how hard it is to actually win a division title. They don't understand the grind. And, the Phillies throughout the year have kept their foot on the gas, even though they were in a rut in August. Even though they were finding ways to lose games instead of winning games. People don't understand what kind of a grind it is. Especially when the Braves started hot too, and then but they got the injury bug. The Mets started off terrible, and then look how good they finished the year, right? So I mean, all in all, anything can happen over a course of a year. But this team, I wouldn't say kept their foot on the gas at all times, but they played their baseball. They got the job done. So by all means, with how hard it is to win a division, how difficult it is to continue your lead and grow your lead in the division, I'm 150% 15% okay with this team partying. 100%. Now, that is where another part of my brain comes in, and it says, maybe we shouldn't have partied as hard. Now, I'm all for the party. I'm all for that celebration. But I don't know if we necessarily should have partied as hard as we did. Everybody getting hammered, the champagne, about an inch deep of alcoholic beverages all around on the floor. I don't know. And that's only because we need to keep our foot on the gas. We need to play good baseball through and through and through, all the way to the playoffs. We want that first seed and the number 1 overall bye. That's what we want. So, I mean, now, I don't know how to put it. They should have kind of, because they didn't really win anything. Obviously, the division is great, but you should have paced yourselves. You should have figured out that you want to win big things. You have to keep your foot on the gas. Rob Thompson put a lineup together yesterday. That was okay. It wasn't terrible. Everybody was hungover. Everybody was still hammered. So it is what it is. But everybody's going to say, well, they really lost this game Tuesday night because of Taijuan Walker. You can say it however you want. You can say whatever you want. It is what it is. That's true. Fine and dandy. Fine. But from now on, tonight, versus Chicago, the rubber match, and a split series versus Chicago, and then your final game of the season at home, and then you go on the road for a 4-game set against the Nationals. You need to keep your foot on the gas. You need to win the next 3. You need to win the next 4 of 5. It's true. You have to win the next 4 of 5 to keep this up. You have to. No ifs, ands, or buts. If you win 3 of 5, it's the same thing, I guess. But right now, you're a half game behind the Dodgers. You have to be able to figure it out. You have to be able to do your job. You have to control what you can control. You have to go out there. You got to play good baseball. That's it. You got Christopher Sanchez on the mound tonight. We're ready. They're ready. They have to specifically win tonight, and they have to at least win the series in split or win this series in Washington. That is really what we as a whole community are striving for. So, enough with all of that. I want to get into the postseason baseball for this team. So, the Phillies, Tuesday morning at about 10 a.m., the morning after the Phillies won the pennant, or not the friggin' pennant, maybe a foreshadow. Maybe the Phillies will win the pennant. But after the Phillies win the division, 10 a.m., the Phillies uploaded, I guess, a hype video for Red October. I'm guessing. I don't know for sure. But they uploaded a mini video, minute long, with John Kruk narrating. And it's getting everybody hyped up for Red October. It's getting everybody fired up. And when I first watched it, I got the chills. I got hyped up. So, without further ado, that's another clip I'm going to play for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, right now, we're going back. Maybe this will be the first time you actually watch this clip with John Kruk. But we together will be reliving this minute clip narrated by John Kruk talking about the fans and Red October. Here it is.
There's no place like Philadelphia in October.
Line drive to right field. He is the hero.
That was a Tuesday in June, though.
Fly ball to deep right field. Gone!
It has erupted here at Citizens Bank Park. Listen to this.
That's a weekday in May.
The 0-1 pitch. Right back at him. Fires, and it's a shutout for Suarez.
That's April.
It is gone! Grand slam, Trey Turner!
I mean, it has been like this all season.
And JT gets one again, and the Phillies beat the Mets on a walk-off.
So how's October going to be at the bank this year? That's up to y'all, man. But I have a feeling what it's going to look like.
Let's go! I don't even know if you guys can tell. I have goosebumps That gets me so fired up for Phillies postseason baseball. Gets me so fired up for Red October. I can't even fathom that we're here already. It feels like the start of the season where the Phillies got obliterated in the first and second series of the year to the Atlanta and then to Cincinnati, at home, by the way, feels like forever ago. And now we're at the point where we won the division and we have John Kruk talking about Red October and Phillies postseason baseball. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm fine. I got goosebumps. I'm so hyped. Let's go, man. Let's go. God, man. And that gets me fired up for all sorts of different things. Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, going 7 strong, striking out 8. That place rocking. Rally towels going. The bullpen bringing electricity. Jeff Hoffman out of the pen. Matt Strom bringing the lefty power. Jose Alvarado hopefully bringing what we know he can bring. Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper rocking the ball out of the park. That is what we are accustomed to. That is by far, hopefully, what we will be experiencing come postseason baseball time in CBP. Really, rocking. Nick Castellanos. I'm excited for this guy come postseason time. All he does is get on base. All he does anymore, doubles, singles, homers. He is a hitting machine. And there was a one point of the season where I would sit there every time he would come up and I would absolutely just want to smash my face against a wall because of how ass it was to watch him. And he's swinging at pitches in the batter's box. What a disgrace. He has completely turned it around here in the second half. And he's a guy that I expect to do big things come playoff time, especially Bryce Harper. He's a guy that needs to step up and play Bryce Harper baseball come playoff time. We know Schwarber is going to be Kyle Schwarber because that's how he plays come postseason time. But I'm excited, especially to watch this bullpen. Matt Strom out of the pen, Hoffman out of the pen, Orion Kirkring, Jose Alvarado bringing the heat, bringing the electricity. I am fired up, man. We've been watching, we've been watching a bullpen the entire year that has been doing great things, amazing things, shutting down, keeping the team in the game. And now we can get to watch one of the best bullpens in the league, if not the best, shut down opposing teams come playoff time at CBP with 50,000 fans rocking back and forth with rally towels. Oh my God, let's go, man, let's go. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Zach Wheeler, nasty. Aaron Nola, playoff ready. Christopher Sanchez. I would expect him. I watched a report today from the Johnny Mark show on FYI Philly or whatever his thing is. He had Tom McCarthy on. And Tom McCarthy said that he spoke to Rob Thompson. And Rob Thompson is weighing the options and weighing in between whether he wants to put Christopher Sanchez in the 2 spot or continue to put Aaron Nola. Both of them are very good postseason at-home pitchers, and it will be good to watch which one Rob Thompson puts in that situation. But you have to hope that the offense can hit. Because it comes down to the offense, really. Because you know what you're going to get out of playoff Nola. You know what you're going to get out of playoff Sanchez and especially Wheeler. You know what you're going to get out of this pen. Excuse me. This bullpen, or this offense, is lost. This offense, they're starting to hit, they're starting to score, whatever. But you have to hope that they can continue this, that they can hit. Because last year, they would have went back to the World Series. I know Kimbrel did what he did. It's a disgrace. But the offense also went cold. The offense also could not hit. The offense also, the top 4 hitters went 2 for 24, 2 for 22 with in Game 6 and 7 of the NLCS. You have to rely on the offense. You have to rely on Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Nick Castellanos, JT Realmuto, Trey Turner to get on base. Carry your guys. Throughout this point, the last couple weeks, your guys have been down for the count. Your guys have been injured. And your guys like Buddy Kennedy, Cody Clemens, Cal Stevenson, all these young guys that aren't really the guys who are stepping up, playing good baseball, hitting. So now it's time for the guys, the main guys, to step up and do what they got to do. But going back to the bullpen, I'm ready to see. I'm really ready to see this bullpen in full action. Ready to see this bullpen in meaningful baseball games. You know what you're going to get out of Hoffman. You know what you're going to get out of Strahm. Ryan Kirkring has really stepped it into the second gear. Carlos Estevez is still shaky. You see him come in and close games, and it's shaky. It really is shaky. But I'm especially there against the Cubs in the division clinching game. He was shaky there too. But I'm hoping, by far, I am hoping that he can figure it out. I'm hoping that with the postseason crowd and the postseason noise, he can be able to step it into a gear. And I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this team to go deep. I think this team can go deep. I'm not sure 100% if the Phillies can win a World Series or win a World Series. They can win a World Series, but I don't know if they will win the World Series. But when push comes to shove, they have a lot of depth on the bench with Amundo Sosa, Cal Stevenson, Cody Clemens. If you're at a rare case where you have to throw one of these bench guys in like Cody Clemens, I'm pretty sure they can do the job because they've been stepping in and doing the job all year. They've been doing the job. Cal Stevenson, Cody Clemens, Amundo. We got a lot of depth on the bench. And this is not the entire team's first rodeo. A lot of these guys, most of these guys have been through here, through the playoffs, to the World Series. These guys know how to play. They know how it is. They know what they have to do. They know the intensity. The playoff atmosphere is totally different than what you see in the middle of July at home or away. Anyway, I'm ready for postseason baseball. I'm ready for Red October. Hopefully this team can continue to push and get that first overall seed. And not even that, but really just get the first round bye. But I'm ready. I mean, I got chills. I got goosebumps listening to Tom McCarthy and Scott Fransky and John Kruk. What a great, I mean, it feels great. Division chance for the first time in 13 years. But thank you all for tuning in to this Broad Street Sports podcast of the Phillies winning the division. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, comment, send this to people you know. It really helps me out the algorithm. But without further ado, have a good night. Thank you all.